in. Guys, I don't know if you watch the I don't know what it is. It's not a comedy show. It's not like, I don't know, like Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. So I tried to do impression of him. Let me know in the comments how I did. And then right after that, start asking your questions, because again, this is an open live stream. So whoever comes here and whoever has any questions, please write them in the chat and I'll be happy to answer them. Anything about visas, residence permits in the Czech Republic, permanent residency, citizenship, starting a business here, getting a trade license, getting health insurance, finding a place to rent or to buy, everything, all this and more. Just write your questions in the chat and I'll be happy to answer them. Usually it takes a couple minutes or two, usually, before people actually join and start asking questions. So when the live stream really picks up, but I see there is one person watching already. So keep the questions coming. Yuri Truci, hello, how are you? I'm good, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, so 6 people joined. Guys, again, open live stream. So any questions you might have about Czech immigration, finding accommodation, health insurance, business in the Czech Republic, everything, ask in the chat and I'll be happy to answer. Angela Diana Rose, first time to catch you live. Thank you for making it. If you have any question, please feel free to ask it. Daniel Niarco, you look so different today. Okay, can you guess the difference? Can you guess the difference? Angela again, subscriber from Hong Kong. It's 3:17 a.m. All right. Send in hi to Hong Kong, but tell me that you didn't stay awake just for me, that you just like, okay, tell me that you woke up, you wanted to get a drink, but then you slept, you opened the live stream, or you opened YouTube and you saw Janif streaming, so you joined. That would be a cool story. Chinon Zoberi, Sarah, how can I know Czech Republic fake work permit? Well, again, you ask this question, not you specifically, but you people ask this question again and again, every live stream basically. You send us emails about that. That the first thing is, or the most important thing is, ask a different question before you even pay someone to get you an employment contract or whatever it is. Ask yourself a question, or ask the Czech embassy in the country of your origin a question. If you get a job and you get an employment contract, if you will ever be able to submit an application for an employee card or any type of employment related visa. So the question is not if the documents are fake or real, because it doesn't matter if you cannot even apply for anything, if you cannot use the documents for anything. I actually did a video specifically about this topic. It's called Real or Fake, work permit, real or fake. So if you go to my channel, I don't know actually how you get there, somewhere. So get there, search for real or fake, and that will get you one of the most watched videos of mine exactly about this topic. Angela, clean shave today? Yes, on both sides of my head, both here and both here. This is not actually that fresh, but this is pretty fresh. Yes, you spotted it well. Okay, Yuri Truci. Jan, can I ask for the bridge visa during my temporary residence process? I didn't get it at my application day. Okay, so that can mean two things. Either they didn't give it to you on purpose because you didn't have enough proof of your relationship. If you mean temporary residence as in your partner or your wife or your husband or whoever is an EU citizen. So they don't give the bridging visas if they don't think you're a real couple and if you didn't provide enough evidence of your relationship. That could be one reason. That would be pretty bad because you would need to leave soon if you're not illegal anymore, if you're not illegal already. But the other thing is, the other option is that they just didn't give it to you because you didn't ask. So usually when you're submitting an application, you can directly ask for a bridging visa if you're applying within the last month of the validity of the current visa you already have, or if you're still within the 90 days or whatever. So yes, if you are eligible for it and you want it, you can get it. You just need to book an appointment with the ministry, go there and get it. Pinky Calro, I came back to India due to urgent reason and returned the employee card by post. Will I be able to apply for the jobs again? Please advise. Yeah, of course, you will be able to get a new employee card. That's fine if you explained well why you returned in the card and you returned it, which is important. Some people keep the card and that's not good. So you will be able to come again. Question is if you will ever get an appointment at the embassy again. Because in India it's very difficult now. So depending of course on what was your job and if you applied for an employee card, blue card, you might have different chances, but generally there is no problem if you return it well. That's fine, you can apply again if you can ever get an appointment again. Sabrina Tonu, can you please tell me what will be the exact embassy question answer? There is probably, okay, there is continuation of this question from Sabrina. Question, after your master's program, why want to stay Czech or want to come back in Bangladesh? How I answer this? Well, I did a video exactly about this topic. So again, go to my channel, subscribe, and then just search for the, I think it's interviews, Czech embassy interview or student visa interview, something like that. If you search for interview, that will show you couple videos. So I did a whole video about that. Generally speaking, it's not about one answer and one question. It's about the whole story. Because it must make sense. If you say that you decided to study this program because you want to, you did your research and it's the best program in agriculture, and then you want to, because you want to learn more about agriculture, so you can like work in, you can make the agriculture better in your country, let's say. And then they ask you, do you want to stay after or do you want to go back to Bangladesh? And you say, yeah, I want to stay and find a job. Then it's like, it's bad, not because you want to stay, but because you previously said that you wanted to study agriculture in the Czech Republic because you wanted to work in agriculture or you wanted to make agriculture better in Bangladesh. So it's not about how you answer one question, but how all the answers make sense, if they make sense. And if they show that you are really committed to study here. Harish, are you a transgender? That's a very weird question, honestly. And I don't know if I should answer it or not. Interesting that you see me as a transgender. But no, I still have my original gender. I will not show you, but I do. Weird question though. Yazan Amri, if I have missing documents in employee card extension, will the ministry send me email or post? The ministry never sends emails. They rarely call, but they generally send a physical mail, physical letter to your address. Angela, I was just woke up and was going back to sleep and see the notification, so I better go join before I sleep again. That was one of the best decisions you've ever made. I'm happy that you made it finally, and I would say good night, but I don't think you will be able to sleep now after seeing this transgender question Harish had. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm just weird today. Moshin, Sony. Sorry for mispronouncing. I cannot even read it properly. Hi, I applied for long-term visa, 9,000 euro in my bank account, and I used around 700 euros and now have almost 8,300 and still waiting for the visa. Is that okay? Well, it's okay if you always stay above the limit, because it would not be okay only in case that first the ministry requests a new bank statement from you, because if they don't request a new one, they will never know that you dropped below because they have no access to your account. So if they don't, first, they would need to request a new statement from you. And second, you would need to be below the minimum. I think 8,300 euros is way above what is required anyway. So you should be fine in any case. Tyler Jones, I'm from the UK, but I want to move to Czech Republic. What cities would you recommend to someone that wants to be close to main city, but also wants to hunt a lot? Okay, I think that's a bit more complicated question because first there is the guns. I don't know if you can hunt here using the guns from the UK, if you don't need to get any local shooting license or whatever. That's one thing you definitely need to find out. Second, is your like visa or the immigration situation, because you need to, if you want to move to the Czech Republic, the reason cannot be you want to shoot, but you need to have some official reason to be here. So you need to find a job, you need to have a local wife, or you need to run a business here and need to be able to prove it. So those are two more important questions first. Second, city, I would say in any smaller cities where you see like forests, because in the Czech Republic, it works the way that the forests are kind of like state-owned, but not really, but everyone has access to them. And there is always these people who take care, I don't know how it's called, maybe I'm saying something you know, and it's the same in every country, but there is always in each small village and every town, there are people who are responsible for the animals there, meaning primarily that they don't overpopulate, that the population doesn't go over some limit. So the horse, right? The wild pigs, or that's mainly it, because all the other animals, they don't really get, sometimes they do overpopulated, but they have to regulate these people. So those are the ones allowed to shoot the animals, and I'm not really sure if you are allowed to do it yourself without their permission or without being a member of the community, or how to call it. I know how to call it in Czech, but I don't know how to call it in English. So I would first check if you can shoot animals in wild, because that's not like, not everyone can do that. And then probably I would make the decision based on that. Ervan Dubogan, Jan had us turn at the barber shop. Yeah, I did myself, actually. Chinon Zoberi, okay sir, thanks so much. Daniel Niarko, can I extend a seasonal work permit to long-term employment? No, it's not possible. That's one of the stupidest things, or one of the things why I say that the seasonal work visa is the biggest scam ever in the Czech immigration, and where most scammers are also like operating, besides getting you a work permit, which you can never use. But no, you cannot extend seasonal work visa. You can, the maximum validity is 9 months. So you can extend it. If you got it for 6 months, you can get it extended for another 3 months. But once that expires, you have to leave. The only option for you is to switch to a blue card, which means that you need to find a job which pays you at least 1.5 of Czech national average. So let's say 70,000 crowns a month gross. And you need to have at least bachelor's degree, which these two factors in combination are not really probably be met if you came here to pick like apples in the season, or, you know, work in other seasonal works. So not really. Definitely short-term visa cannot be extended at all. Long-term visa can be up to 9 months, but after 9 months you need to leave or apply for a blue card. Angela, I had my visa appearance last June 27 here in Hong Kong, but I'm Filipino immigrant just working here for 15 years. Is there a question? My question is, okay, perfect. In my work permit and work contract submitted to embassy, is the agency in Czech as my employer? Is it okay? Really need to be actual company? Well, first employer can be an agency, but your second employer, or if you want to change employers in the Czech Republic, you cannot switch to another agency. So if the first employer is fine for an agency, But then if you want to change the jobs, you cannot switch to another agency. You always need to go directly to a company. And you cannot even work for agency as their full-time employee. Not that you are sent to some other jobs, but you cannot even be their core employee. Abigail Manjalak. Hello Jan, my son is turning 18 next year and I'm yet to apply for a family reunification. Does he need to come to Czech Republic before he turns 18 to be qualified for that said visa? Yes. Unfortunately, yes, that is one of the changes that happened, that family reunification cannot be provided to kids above 18. So yes, he would need to be here, be approved, be here before he turns 18. So it might be even better just to go directly for a student visa or something like that. Because then he gets it for the visa for a year, and then what? You will still need to change the purpose of stay, find something else, either work or studies. So might be better to do it right away. Ahmad Ashi, Czech Republic work permit appointment is available from Doha, Qatar. Work permit appointment, is it a question or are you just bragging that you know that? Ervan Hayan, so do you assist in booking applications for long-term visa? Is it included in the package you offer? I wrote today to the agent assigned to me today, but he hasn't got a reply yet. Yeah, that's part of that. If we can help, we help. We now have a client in Indonesia, and the booking of appointments there is 3 a.m. Czech time. It's 8 a.m. local time, so 3 a.m. Czech time, and we will not help with that. I cannot have anyone wake up at 3 o'clock and send an email to an embassy. So in cases like that, we would not help, or we would not submit the application ourselves, but we would give you all the instructions. We would prepare the email for you, tell you what to do, when to send it, how to send it, all that, so you can do it yourself, or someone who's actually there, because he's still there, can do it. But if it's some reasonable time, let's say from 7 a.m. till 10 or 11 at night, that's fine. But 3 a.m., no. Yuri Trutsi, I applied during my 90 days visa. It's been 2 months of my application. And is there a question to that? Yeah, Sabrina Tomu, I submitted my file 2nd July, but didn't get any update yet. This seems to be, let me see what Sabrina asked about. Sorry, guys, I will get to the rest of the questions as well. I just want to see. Yeah, okay, guys. One thing is that there are official deadlines for the ministry for all the visa types. So student visa 60 days, partnership visa 60 days, employee car 60 to 90 days, business visa 90 to 120 days. There are official deadlines, but the ministry does not really care. So in some cases, they make the decision in time. In some cases, they make the decision really fast. Like the shortest application or approval we had was maybe 10 days. So they can make the decision very fast if the conditions are good. But sometimes they can take 2 years to make the decision. They can take 9 months to make the decision. They can take 4 months, 5 months instead of 60 days. They don't really care. There are also other factors as well. I'm not saying that it's just because they're lazy, but they're also overworked. Now, there are other factors as well. But what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't really, if they have not even reached the legal deadline, you have nothing to worry about or nothing to complain about. If they have 60 days to make the decision and you're on day 45, what? They still have 15 days to make the decision. So they're still like in time, they're still in the clear. So it's still good. You cannot even do anything. You cannot ask them to hurry up or anything like that. Only if they have exceeded the official deadline, the period of time given by the law, you can take some steps. I've made another video about that as well. It's called something like application taking long or something like that. But even then, they don't really care. If they want to take 6 months, they will take 6 months. What will you do? You will sue them? Probably not. Some people do that, which is good, I think, but yeah, they don't care because they know you will do nothing. So, Srinath, hi, I've been called by embassy for second interview. I have 3 years gap. What should I tell them? I would tell them the truth, probably. With knowing nothing about your case, probably truth is the best answer. Angela, but the agency don't tell us what is really the name of the company. We will be working in Czech, only that as employer in the work contract, the agency name is Czech. Well, the thing is, with agencies, it works the way that you are officially an employee of the agency, but the agency sells you to another company, and they pay you 30,000 crowns, they charge the company 60,000 crowns, or whatever. Of course, they need to pay your salary, so if they pay you 30, they pay more to the government, but it works this way, that you work for them, but they assign you to another company and they charge for that service. So generally speaking, it's better for you to be employed directly by a company. The advantage of agencies or the advantage of agency or working for an agency is that they can have more work for you if you are in some like weird type of like business or weird type of I don't know, like that in your sphere there might not be that much work or whatever. Then if you work for the agency, you don't really need to worry about that. They have to pay you, and then they can find you another employer, let's say. But yeah, other than that, it's as I mentioned. So Baka Sabri, hi, what is the most important thing when applying for the Živno visa? Yeah, well, man, depending on where you're from, but the most important thing generally is that you have a real reason to be in the Czech Republic and run your business. So it doesn't work for anything which you can do online. It doesn't work for anything you can do from anywhere in the world. Doesn't work if you don't have anything to prove that you will be running the business here and what you will be exactly doing. And doesn't really work if you don't have any Czech clients or if you don't have any valid business plan for the Czech Republic. And then depending on the country you're from, it might be even like almost unrealistic to apply for a business visa, or apply as well, because there are quotas for business visas at many embassies, but especially getting it approved. Sabrina, I watch you every video and got so many information from your video. Thanks for making. My pleasure. Try to use our services at some point as well, and you'll get even more information. Angela, also, does it affect my application when I didn't tell the embassy I got denied in Poland, but they see it in my passport? You don't have to say that you got denied, but you have to say if you had any visas in some other EU country, because that's the field for. So if you didn't tell them that you had a visa in Poland, that could potentially affect the application. If you were denied and you never went to Poland, that's fine, but depends of course why they denied you. Yeah, if you didn't tell them about some visa you had, that could be a problem. Oh damn, there are so many questions, so I will make it, I have to make a stop somewhere. So Angela will be the last one, Srinath will be the one before, and Kwabena Opong will be the one before. So when I get there, I will stop and go home to sleep. So let's see, blah blah blah. Mohsin, now the embassy called my friend in Morocco that the visa is approved 2 days ago, but still in process in the FRS website. Is it normal? Yeah, well, be happy. Be happy if the embassy called you that your visa is approved. Be happy and just take it. If you need insurance, the best rates you can get from all the companies on the market, get in touch. That's one of our specializations. We work with the 6 companies that are allowed to sell insurance in the Czech Republic. We can get you the best prices, so get in touch. And I'll be happy to send you quotes, or one of my colleagues will be happy to send you quotes. And that's fine. Like that, that there is a delay between when it appears in FRS, when the embassy lets you know, or vice versa. That's completely normal. Angela, don't mind the transgender comment. I think that's a really stupid question, very nonsense, and inappropriate to ask that kind of question. Yeah, I personally don't care, but it was a bit weird. Ahmad, how to check work permit is real or fake? So, okay, again, first check if you can ever use it. Like, okay, the employment contract, how you check it's real or fake. There are many, I cannot really explain now because there are many things you need to check. You have to check the company. You have to check if the company is allowed to do what they say you will be doing for them, who signed the contract, if it's really the director of the company, the person who's allowed to sign the contract. You have to check if the vacancy number is okay. There are many things you would need to check if you want to make sure that the documents are correct. But again, the most important thing is if you will be ever able to use the documents, which in most cases I've seen, you will not be able to use the documents. So you've been scammed, and asking like if the documents are real or fake after you've been scammed is a bit unfortunate, let's say, because it doesn't matter if they are real or fake, or if they are real or fake. Sorry, but I don't know what's going on with my mouth. It doesn't matter if the documents are real or fake if you can never use them. So you should, guys, ask questions before you pay someone to get you documents which you don't even know if you will be able to use. Angela, guys, 20% here, please. Like the live, only 3 likes. Thank you, Angela. It's really good to have you here. You're the cheerleader here. Appreciate the Jan for free Q&As for the like in this live. Thank you very much, Angela. Please, guys, listen to Angela. Hit the likes. Tyler Jones, thank you, G. My pleasure. Kwabena Opong, how much do I need in my bank account for student visa? Generally, that's equivalent to 120,000 crowns. So whatever it's in dollars, maybe $5,000, something like that, but equivalent to 120,000 crowns. Mahesh Patak, hi Jan, hi Mahesh. Thank you for joining. We've been in touch via email as well. Rayu Gosia, sir, you're from where? I'm from Prague, the Czech Republic. Ellen Macklin, you were here the last live stream as well, I think. And was it the last question? No, I don't think that was the last question. There's so many questions, guys. I need to start answering shortly because this has been too long already. So where are we? How often do non-EU people move to the Czech Republic for work after living in another EU country? Please also tell me why related previous cases regarding this with a previous client if possible. How often do non-EU people move to Czech Republic for work after living in another EU country? That's a good question. I would say generally people move here from the east. So if they got the residence permit in Romania or Slovakia, Hungary, somewhere there, then they might be willing to move to the Czech Republic. But I have not seen too many people moving from like France to the Czech Republic for work reasons. I've seen people moving, we've had many clients like that, but they usually move for other reasons, like they have a partner here, or they got married, or they want to study here. Yes, that I've seen, but that people living and earning in Western Europe would be moving to the Czech Republic to earn Czech wages, not really. Maybe the only, but not really even, like in IT, like good software developers, really like specialized people could earn very good money here, and the cost of living was not that high. So I can imagine that you would be a software developer, you get like 150,000 crowns a month, and then you will be living like close to Prague, paying 20,000 crowns for your apartment. That makes sense, but other than that, probably not too often. Angela Diana Rose, is there any website where we can check the numbers or quota in each embassy, example here in Hong Kong. Usually embassies have it on their websites. So if you go to the Czech embassy in Hong Kong website, then you should be able to find it there. Usually it's under the consular section, because the quotas are given by some directive, like by some Czech law. So it's in the law. So usually when I look for that, because I don't remember all the embassy's quotas from top of my head, so I usually refer to this specific law where it says exactly the numbers, but it should be also on the website of each of the embassies. Ahmad Ashi, I just asked you that it's easy to get work permit appointment for work permit in embassy, or it's hard to get like Italy or like other country, or work permit directly appear in embassy. Well, depends on where you're from. If you're from India, Pakistan, you have basically zero chance that you will ever get an appointment, or ever, until the quotas are changed, because the quotas there are zero outside of the governmental programs for employers. So basically zero chance that you will ever get an appointment. If you're from some other countries, there might not be quotas, or there might be like a bit higher quotas, so it might be a bit easier, but definitely India, Pakistan, no chance. Kwabenaopong, I have tried several times in my country, but it's still not getting an appointment for my student visa. Any help? I'm from Ghana. Well, it doesn't matter now anymore, because it's too late to, even if you got an appointment, that would be too late to get approved in time. So try for next year. As for an appointment, we have some strategies how we deal with that, or try to deal with that, but imagine there are 20 spots available and there are 500 people trying to get those 20 spots. So the chances that you will get the appointment are very low anyway. So definitely I would recommend like following the instructions at the embassy, because often people make mistakes in the attachments, or in what they write in the subject of the email, or what they write into the body of the email. They make some typos, all that. So that all is important. There are some other strategies which I will not share here that you can use as well, but it's just about how many people are trying to get the appointment. If you are the only one trying to get a student visa, you will probably get an appointment unless you mess it up. But usually when you're not getting an appointment, it's because there are way more applicants than available spots. Filipino Czech family. Hi, Jan, just to say thank you. Through watching your channel, I've learned how to apply for my TRP at MOI without hassle. It was just sad that I was not able to take health insurance from you. Well, yeah, I'm not sure, if I'm doing these videos and live streams and then you people do it on your own without our assistance, does it make sense? Now, of course, I'm happy that the videos are for those of you who want to get the idea of how it works, or you want to use them to apply yourself. But of course, if you get in touch and use our services, we'll be happy to help as well. So that's fine. I'm happy to work out. Yeah, sorry you didn't get an insurance from us. Next time. Charles Sengasu, I'm watching live from Tanzania. Hi to Tanzania. Minver, hi, can we go to work to Netherlands with EU long-term residence permit that issued the Czech Republic? Thank you. Long-term residence permit, generally no. Those are specific to the Czech Republic. If you had a permanent residence permit with the long-term resident of the EU status, potentially you could, but with the long-term residence permit, not really. That's only meant for the Czech Republic. Angela, is it really true that once we got into Czech, we won't be able to work for 1 to 2 months before we actually start, as we don't have the actual company employer? Well, this depends on your employer. You will definitely need some days to go through all the procedures, like go to the biometrics, go get the actual card, all that. But then it depends kind of on them if they have worked for you or not. But if your employment contract is between you and the company directly, then they should start paying you from the moment when you are able to work, when your contract says. So you should be fine from this perspective. But as for assigning you to their client, I can imagine that can take time, but we don't work much with agencies. Yuri, sorry, the question is if I can still ask for the bridge visa for work purposes, because I applied during my 90 days visa, it ended now and it's been 2 months of process already. Yeah, so maybe they didn't give it to you also because you still had a little, no, but no, they give it to other clients there as well. So yeah, of course, go there, book an appointment first, it's always best. Book the appointment for a bridging visa, go there, get it done. They might also, if you go for the bridging visa, they might also give you some updates, like we sent you a letter, you never picked it up, or so it's actually good to go. Like the live, guys, don't forget that. Thank you very much. It went up from 8 to 13, and I guess from like 3 to 13. So thank you, my cheerleader Angela. Kwabena Opong. I don't know where yeah, okay, so we're getting to the Ramachandran metrics group. I'm sorry, I will not be answering questions from this part below because I mentioned previously that Angela will be the last. So I'm getting there because it was supposed to be 20 minutes live stream. It's almost 40 and I need to go to sleep. I usually go to sleep at 10. So it's 9 minutes. Ooh. What is the work visa ratio for Czech for all over the world? No, that's Kwabena Opong was before you, sorry. If my visa is in the processing stage and first semester is gone, can my visa still be approved? Potentially, yes, I've seen that before, but it depends on the decision maker. They can deny it. Imagine you submit the application in time. They take 6 months to make the decision and they deny it because it's too late for you to start the school. That's a bit stupid, but I've seen that happen as well. So it kind of depends on the decision maker. I've seen it approved, I've seen it denied. So both can happen. Ahmad Ashi, what is the work visa ratio for Czech for all over the world? Generally, I said this in some other videos which I made about this topic as well. So go check my channel. If you're not subscribed yet, do that and look for a video, visa approval rates. I believe visa approval rates it's called. Generally, it's not much about where are you from, but how good are your documents. We had clients from all over the world, over 100 nationalities, many Asian countries, many African countries, which are generally the most complicated to get approved, and we get them approved. But the reason for that is that the applications are perfectly prepared, and especially for the work visa, if you mean like an employment type of visa, employee card, blue card, so the employer must be solid. If you come here to work for like a small kebab shop somewhere in Prague 17, that would be questionable. Of course, that can work out if the person pays all the social security, healthcare for the employees, all that might be okay. But especially if you work for some solid company, big company, known company, then there is generally no problem of getting the visa approved. If you don't prepare your application 100%, or if you have some problems with the documents, like you have a criminal record in your criminal check, or your employer is not really like solid, then of course you can get it denied. But generally, if everything is prepared 100%, it should be good. Now, Shrinath. Yeah, Shrinath was the one before last. Is 29 years old, too old for studying Czech Republic for master's? Man, no. I've seen Indians come in here in their 50s, I think, for student visas. 40s for sure, I remember those cases. I've seen older people as well. So no, 29 is okay. You just need to explain well why you want to study, especially if there is gaps in between your studies. You need to explain like why you want to study, but generally you can still do it. Angela, I see the contract is salary 30,000 crowns, but during the interview the embassy was skeptical as our job is helper cleaner, and he said no helper for 30,000 salary. He was not believing at all, but still accepted the documents. Well, the good thing is in most cases that the embassy does not make the decisions. They only take the documents from you and then they send them to the Ministry of the Interior, and then the decision is made there. So kind of the embassy's opinion is irrelevant. They of course have the experience. They accept all the cases and they accept all the decisions. So they see that, and they can probably see some patterns, how the ministry approves that, who is most likely to get approved, who's most likely not to get approved, all that. But they don't make the decision, so it's not up to them to decide. And I see that there are still plenty of comments, but guys, I don't really have the energy or time to do it today anymore, because this was supposed to be 20 minutes live stream. It's 40 minutes, and I really usually go to sleep like 10 o'clock, so in 4 minutes. So I'm already pretty tired. Ha, Brno is what Prague number? Ha. Brno is suburbs. That's a good question. So I'm going to sleep, guys, but I'll be again available to you at some point. I usually like change the topical videos, so videos I make about some about some specific topic, and these live streams where you can ask your questions freely, like open live streams. So I will do both again. So I will see you again. Thank you very much, all of you, for being here today, asking questions. We had so many questions that I was not able even to answer all of them. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Angela, for the cheerleading. I read the last comment you made. So to move to Prague Master, we're two masters here. Yeah, whatever. Well, good night, guys. Thank you very much for being here, and see you again Thursday, Monday, until the end of the world. Bye-bye.